So we're going to continue backtesting USD Chef Swiss franc. Um, the pair hasn't really done much so far. I'm not going to lie, there hasn't been that much data. A few losses in a row. Hopefully, coming into it with a new day, because obviously I had a rest overnight. We can see some better price action and try and maybe get better trades coming in with a fresh mind. So let's start printing price forward. It's very bearish. We have a new daily gap opened up here. At the moment on this pair, price doesn't seem to come back to the gaps that often. It's something I'm noting down for myself as well. And after this video, I'm going to go over some of the data privately. Obviously, I'm not going to record that. I'm going to make notes and stuff like that for my journal, so that when I trade this live, obviously we don't see mistakes made in backtesting in the live market. So price again looks like it wants to come up, doesn't, and then it does here. So we can go down to the 1 hour time frame. It is a Friday. Obviously on the daily, we've respected that daily level, so it's still valid to trade. But we'd need some sort of liquidity sweep. So that high there, Asia high in London, to be taken, so that we can obviously trade for shorts. New York does take London, and it does engulf the previous candle, so it takes the high and the low and closes way down here. So technically, you could take this. Doesn't really respect it, but you've got an order block, so we take it for the journaling's sake. It is Friday, so we need to make sure we close out this trade before the weekend. Obviously, on most prop firms, you're not going to be allowed to hold them. There's only 4 hours in New York PM anyways. And obviously, boom, that was the final hour, so you get taken out. So that'd be another -1. You did have the engulfing candle. So yeah, another loss, which makes it 5 in a row, which we're now coming up to probably looking like we're going to break the record Friday the 4th of July at 10 a.m. Friday, 4th of July, which I know was a good day on other pairs. A.m. Was it 10 a.m. or 11 entry? No, 10. So yeah, that trade was obviously valid. Short, lost. It's not the greatest of pairs, to be honest, from what I've seen so far. Obviously, we seem to be having quite a lot of losses. There may be good PA to come. We don't know until we get to the end of the data. And by the looks of it, we've respected that daily level again. New week opens lower, which is annoying, but this level's still valid. So coming into Asia, again, we need some highs taken in London. It's taken both sides, but it's engulfing. It's going up, so we're not going to trade that. And that's why. Now we're going way above the daily level, so I'm not actually going to trade that. Need to see if so it's invalidated today as well. So that daily level is now being invalid, which seems to have happened quite a lot trading this pair. We have this daily level here drawn out to the side. We're chopping as usual. This pair seems to chop a lot and doesn't leave many fair value gaps. So yeah, I'm not really keen on it, to be honest. It hasn't been great. I've drawn that on the wrong level. Yeah, so it's probably not going to be a pair that I'm going to trade. That and Euro JPY have been both crap so far. GU and EG have been really nice. So next backtesting session, we're going to actually look for another GBP pair, see what happens with that. Hopefully going into New York, we can see a move. We've tagged into the daily level. Very choppy. Still wants to go higher by the looks of it. Obviously, there's no trade there then on this day for us. The daily level gets respected. Still can go bearish. We need confirmation that we actually are bearish, which which we don't get. We do get it there. Again, it's getting late. We're coming into 10. So we could take it from that level there. Stops above the high. Again, we're just lingering around that daily level now. So this is probably what I would call maybe like a B setup, because we're above the daily level. We're still in the market maker buy model side of it. This candle could instigate that we're now going into the sell side, but with the timing only having 4 hours left or 5 hours left of this current day, the better setup would obviously be waiting for it and then going on the Friday here. Oh no, this is the Friday, right? So again, coming into the weekend. So I'm probably not even I'm not gonna journal this. If it wins, it wins. I ain't gonna take it. I'm just gonna have it drawn on, just purely because we literally only have 5 hours. So price may just linger now, and obviously the daily level is key. So price runs down quite nicely. 1 more hour, and it does respect the daily level on the daily time frame, as you can see here. But the better trade should be now going into the next week. It's took the previous day's high. We're targeting these lows. We should now be in a market maker sell model. I hope that makes sense of why I'm not going to journal this trade, because I just don't see the point. Obviously, it didn't even hit a 1. Oh, no, it did hit a 1 to 2, near enough. Yeah, it just hits a 1 to 2. So technically speaking, you could have taken this. It does meet the rules. I'll put it in the journal, but I won't have it as a win, obviously. I'll just say that I didn't take it, but I'll just journal it because it is still a trade that is a good example of a winning trade. So Friday, the 25th of July at 10 a.m. Friday, 25th of July. 10 a.m. New York, short, win, 2R. No, we wouldn't do that because it literally only hit 2R. So I'm just going to put that as what it is, because yeah, that's all there is to target there at that point. So put a note of that. We don't know if that's there. It was an engulfing candle. Let's put in our screenshot of the trade and note that didn't take this due to Friday. Okay, so basically all I've done there is just note down what I said about I'm expecting now that we've seen this close, that we're going to go to the sell side of the curve down here at the start of next week. So let's see. Obviously, the pair hasn't really respected levels that cleanly. You do see that we're in this daily level here. We do actually kind of respect it because it does run it. So these are sort of invalid. And like I said, I only want to trade off the most recent daily internal to external. So yeah, so let's see if we can get price to print a lower candle here. We've closed below the old high as well, inside the level. So it does have potential. Let's see how this weekend opens up on the Monday. Okay, so we didn't open up too far away. Asia. We'd like to see Asia taken in London. So that liquidity sweep just like that. Now that is quite a nice close. So what I'm going to do is I really wouldn't expect price, if it's bearish, to come back above that London high. Yes, we have the New York high there. But again, that was like the candle that actually made the move lower. So for me, this is valid. We have 2R just, so we'd actually no partials taken. We'll just target it. Maybe trail the stops to break even. And as you can see, obviously we have the initial move. This is consolidating. We manipulate up. We don't go above this high. That, for me, obviously, I don't know what happens, would be because this is the high that's been put in. We've actually closed inside of 1 hour fair value gap after sweeping liquidity. So this is top. We also closed below the previous hour's high. Closed below the previous hour's high yet. And we don't engulf, but we do make an absolute huge wick and come all the way back down and close below. So for me, this is what obviously I have here as a close in the range. And I'm going to journal that trade, obviously, because I'm going to take it. So it'll be 3 a.m., which is the golden hour. Or it's a good hour, in fact. Golden hour, whatever you want to call it, don't really matter. And we're on the 28th of July. And obviously, as I explained, we're looking for a bearish trade anyways, because we've seen that hopefully we're on the right side of the market and we go to the sell side now. So let's see this entry, what happens. Wow. We go straight into the upside. That is unbelievable. Wow. What a trade. Bloody hell. That was literally, you couldn't have been any more offside. -1. Even them ones though, they're cool to see because one, it's only backtesting, so I'm not too bothered. Obviously, we could still put in a higher today, and if we respect the level, then we head lower, no problem. Trade was a lose, obviously. So let's see now what happens. By the looks of it, we're really far off the daily level. Yeah, I very much doubt we're going to come back down. Well, now I pretty know we ain't because it's way higher up. There we go. So now it actually disrespects that daily level really badly. So we're starting to see that was a foul trade. There's quite a lot here that foul. I'm not sure what that one was, to be honest. So yeah, there's quite a lot that we're seeing didn't actually play out, and if it did, it was not giving us setups and things like that. So this pair really isn't too great. I'll make a note of that, to be honest, because what have I done? Can't do it like that. What we could do is probably put above pair. No, I would put it here. What am I doing here, man? What's going on? It's really quite annoying that I have to keep doing that. For some reason, it's actually quite a job. For some reason, you can't. I should put a note as well because I just don't like it looking like that. Yeah, just leave it like that, and the note's there then. Yeah, so far not really great. Not really liking it. That and EJ, no point. I'm not really going to trade them. I think they're going to come off the list. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show as well, and in the next episode I'll show adding pairs, how I'm going to have the watch list, etc., etc. And then obviously the more pairs that I test, I'll add more to my watch list and then go from there. Let's get back to the back testing. Obviously we ripped through to the upside, so that's now invalidated. Can remove all draw-ins. Look for the next one. We now have this level. See, the thing is with this pair, it does have internal to external moves, but it doesn't seem to give much in the way of getting into the move. Whereas, a lot of other pairs do actually play ball. But that's the reason of backtesting, to find what pairs do what you want it to do and what pairs don't. And that's what I mean about not doing what I expected it to do. In terms of that was my external price comes down, it don't even take the lows, it's not even tagged in, and then price rallies off. And look at it, it just runs, it seems to run a lot without doing any internal to external moves. Again, would it shock you if it doesn't? Not really. I'm hoping for our sake it does come into this level, because obviously we're not getting setups when we're watching it do moves, goes to the upside without, in this case, goes to the upside without actually coming down. And again, there you go. It just goes off without us and then drips through it. It's like it's really, really inconsistent. It's really not a great pair, and I really ain't enjoying trading it, to be honest. I can't wait for this session to end. Literally going to smash through this. Is that going to invalidate that? Come into the end of NY? Yes, it does. So on a daily, what I mean by invalidating it just comes through it. So again, invalidated at that point. I don't want to trade these FEGs because they're further away. I want to just trade the most recent, which is now that. So we could look for shorts. The PA is fucking shit. So I genuinely ain't sure what direction it even wants to go. We have this massive, massive gap that was created to some sort of news, 100%. We're at Monday now as well. Price does come up. Oh, London does create that engulfing candle. And that's literally a sign to trade lower. So we put our entry on there. Stops above London. It's quite a tight stop trade. I don't know what the target would be. What? 2R. Does 2R get tagged? So right, that trade runs to 2R straight away. So that would be now break even and break even and let the partial run. So that's actually quite cool. 3 a.m. Tuesday the 5th of August. So finally a trade that actually runs the way we want it to. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, Tuesday the 5th of August. 3 a.m. London. Short. Win. 2R. 1R hit. To 50% off, yes. So 1% is confirmed at this point. So obviously we're going to let 50% run. TP or break even. That's literally as simple as it is. It's risk free. If it comes back, it comes back. If it don't, it looks like it's going to come back because of that wick. Yeah, and there you go. So that's why we partial out. So obviously you'd have got a break even trade. So he made 1% on that, even though it was a losing trade. And that's why I like to trade that way with that sort of risk management. Because now a losing trade was turned into a winning trade, if that makes sense. We caught some move, made our profit, and then obviously got out. Granted, you never know, obviously, going into brokers and prop firms, like if you would get that trade because of slippage, spread, and all that. But yeah, we're obviously going off the data of Pepperstone on this instance, and yeah, it's a 1% win. 2R hit, 1% win because we take 50% off. So yeah, continuing on. London does that. Now, what I'd probably like to see is New York have some sort of sweep. We have an engulfing candle here, but it doesn't sweep any liquidity, so I'm not going to trade. So what's happened is we had this. This is probably the move, and then it's manipulated higher one more time. We do close below out of session, so 6, 7. This candle engulfs that one. Not really a good strong body down. If you'd have had a move like that or this sort of body off of that, then yeah, cool. Then we trade it. But for now, no. There's still potential for the next day, so there's no rush to actually get into it. We're on good day. We're going into Wednesday. The external range is still there. It looks like we have respected the daily level after tagging it. So we can now look for London to give us some sort of sweep of liquidity, which is there. No entry yet. Again, it does sweep liquidity, but doesn't give us an entry based on an engulfing candle or a close below. New York. And again, we do have some sort of engulfing candle here after sweeping into a 1 hour fair value gap. So technically you could short it. I'm not going to do that for these instances because I just want to focus on actually getting the proper setups. New York doesn't play out and do anything. We still respect that level. London, we need some sort of liquidity sweep just like that. Would have been cool if that had closed that candle lower. Now we can't take a trade because we're out of session. New York. Come on, give us something. No. And that's Thursday, so potentially we can get Friday. Maybe. It still stay bearish. What I'm going to quickly do before I do that is just check the daily because I haven't gone up there for a minute. Yeah, so it's still in the sell model. We tagged in, closed below. Just looking for that external range now. But as I said, this pair is pretty crap for this, so it's still not going to be on the list no matter what happens, really. Unless it has like a dramatic 10 plus trades winning streak or something. Let's skip through to Friday and see if there's an entry on a Friday. London goes higher. We'd love to have seen a manipulated candle there where we could actually short. New York may give it again. Now we're on a Friday though. It doesn't, and price lingers around. So we're going into the new week. We're still in that level, and now I'm just starting to not be confident that that external range is going to be the target. Hence, look at this, what it's doing. There's an engulfing candle, but out of session. And we've now invalidated the level. This is what I mean about this pair. It is really fucking bad for this. Like, it does respect levels, but it doesn't complete moves, or it completes moves without going into levels. And I'm going to note that because it is just seriously shocking for that. This pair likes to either complete moves to external range without a internal range tag, or go to internal and linger around, and then ultimately this. There we go. Because do you know what? Like, adding notes along the way is going to be important because this pair is fucking crap, and I'm taking it off the list for trading it because it just doesn't make sense. We now this is this year, and again, how many trades have we taken? Like 6, 7, 3, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 9 trades. 3 wins, yeah. What would the RR be if you just so you'd be break even, but we obviously would have a bit more. Yeah, so but it's just not great, is it? The PA is crap. It's not a pair that I'm going to prioritize. And obviously, look, we break through it, then it goes to external range. Like, it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous because that was invalidated. So no setup there for me. To be honest, the quicker this pair ends, the happier. So the more days like this, I don't even care, to be honest, at this point. I just want to get this pair done. And the funny thing is, yeah, cool, we got that level there. I accidentally skipped too far. So I'll go back. What I was going to say, that's why I got distracted and didn't and accidentally skipped it, is that was the move internal to external. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 days potential. Then the 5th day ripped through it. And then the 6th and 7th actually completed it. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20, so that's 12 days later, we haven't had one internal to external move. You've got this one here, but it's way, way back in price. I'm only trading the most recent. So, yeah, let's go with this. Obviously, I had a little sneak peek there because I accidentally clicked forward, so we know that it does complete it. That doesn't mean there's going to be an entry because the way this pair moves, it probably doesn't even come back. It probably just rips to the upside without giving anything. Either out of session or in Asia or something like that. It wouldn't shock me. Hopefully, it gives us something. So we have Asia tags into that daily level. So now we need a move in the opposite direction, so that Asia level taken out. Because we need liquidity to be swept. Or now that London low. in New York would be ideal. Engulfing candle, no liquidity was taken, and there you go. Goes up without us. This is what I'm saying about this pair. Look, there's nothing here to trade off. This is just sloppy. Yes, it's going up. We know we're going up even from here, but there's no entry. You get this engulfing candle here at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Then prints obviously for us to come into, but there's no level to bounce from. You got an order block potentially. It's just or an inversion, and it's something I don't trade, and it doesn't even tag into it. So it's just silliness. Honestly, this pair is really bad. It's actually just as bad as EJ, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually probably more frustrating because it does that shit. It rips through levels and it doesn't really provide any setups. I'm more confident to skip on the daily here because I just didn't expect it to come back in there on the next day. Now, obviously, I will jump onto that 1 hour in case it does come in because I want to keep it as realistic as possible. Like I've said, obviously, we're going to look for that 1 hour move now. Price has tagged in London, but no engulfing candle. Still looks like it'll go higher. Now we engulf, but we didn't take out that high. So it'd be risky. Obviously, you could enter on this next candle, but it's out of session, so we can't. So we're going to wait for New York. Engulfs, but goes higher. Now we go lower. So potentially 9 a.m., which is valid. And we've gone lower with a massive wick down as well. We could take that. It's quite a big stop, this one. As long as we can get 2R, I will take it. Which we can get just over 2R. Be quite a big move, but it may do it quite quickly. So we'll see. This is a valid setup. I'm going to take the trade. Into the next day. Could be another setup here. So I'm going to move that for a minute so it's out of the way so I don't get distracted because there could genuinely be another setup. We do sweep above and close below, so technically you could take an entry there. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was out of session time anyway. New York. Nope, no entry there. Obviously that original trade's still running. New week starting as well. The trade's still running. London creates that. Yeah, I was going to say you could enter there if you want a continuation. Very close to TP. Probably. Yeah, there we go. So TP gets hit, so that trade wins. Again, nice trade. We had quite high confidence in it because of this massive move down. Yes, the stops were a little bit higher, but that's part of the strategy. Obviously, we've got to take many trades to see what works. And obviously, we're basing it on the internal range being tagged on the daily, 1 hour given that engulfing candle. Actually, do you know what? I missed the entry because that was probably it. Because at 7 o'clock, you could take it. Just that London high got taken from it. So you took 1L most likely there. Or like we did, you'd wait and see what happens here, which obviously gives the proper move. People probably got caught short trying to like short there and then got taken out. So yeah, nice trade. 2.14R on 9. So Thursday the 11th of September at 9 a.m. September 9th, Thursday, 11. New York, short, win, 2R. No, we didn't because it didn't have enough. 2.14 because it is just a 2.14 RR trade. 1R gets hit, obviously. And that did complete. Engulfing, and that fouled, didn't it? And what we can do is just screenshot that in. So obviously USD Chef's probably going to come out profitable after the backtesting, but it's not a great pair. I'm not going to trade it. I don't like it. Worst cases, I would maybe take one if I was really struggling to find opportunities. It just means it's going to be less probable. So another setup potentially, and I did say, like I said, obviously, unless we have a major run of wins at the end of the backtesting, that make the results go completely different, then obviously it's not going to be worth trading anyways. So we have this massive engulfing candle here as well. Come up into the level. Let's see what happens. See London. How do we react? Wow, we go really fast to the downside. We still had this high here. We did sweep Asia, so previous session did get swept. No close below, so I wouldn't enter on that candle. What are we coming to? Yeah, nothing for me. Maybe in New York. See how price plays. We tag into a fair value gap. Disrespect it. Take out London high. Engulfing candle with that high. So potentially you could trade here. We're out of session time anyways. So obviously I wouldn't. And let's see if it actually withholds the daily level. Okay, it does just inside that daily level. So you can still short. Still valid going into the next day. Again, I'd be extremely cautious now shorting. Have to see an extreme move. So again, we do close below. I wouldn't trade it just because we're so close to that daily level. We've not even got any movement to the downside really. Again, same thing, same exact reason. We do close below, but we're above that daily level now going into New York. And there's only 5 hours left of the day. And as you see, we end up, again, disrespecting the internal range, which is why I don't like this pair. It doesn't respect the levels properly. Probably wondering why I didn't take this. I just didn't expect price to come to it. And obviously this is too far away from current price. It does respect it and go higher. I'm happy to miss that. I just want to take them when it's the first 3 candles. So how this one is, like the internal value gap, internal range is these 3 candles. So it's in here. This wasn't, if that makes sense. You've got 1, 2, and then 3 candles for it to come back. I don't want to trade that right now. Just want to get the data for like this, the most current price. So the gap was actually made at the last moment of that day. Asia comes in. I want to see London go lower. And there we go. There's an engulfing candle for us. So that would be an entry off that candle right there. That already played out. 1 candle. There you go. Stopped below the low. Now that's quite a high probable engulfing candle. So let's see. And we're in the daily level. So this is a higher probability trade, hopefully. We've got the external range up here. Let's see how it plays out. And rips us to the downside straight away. That happens a lot on this pair also. Let's journal that. Monday the 29th. Monday 29th. So that was a high probability trade as well, and it lost. So, which obviously is going to happen. Just this pair is just really crap. I just ain't a big fan of it. 2 a.m. That being said, I would take that trade again if it does give an opportunity in a minute when I go back on. We don't know yet. It was an engulfing candle. We don't know if it's complete. But it could disrespect. Don't engulf. Now we start to head higher. So it looks like we got manipulated. We have been manipulated. We could look for a move in New York. There's nothing there because it's too sloppy. Let's see if the daily does respect the level. 2 more candles. Okay, so we know the daily respects the daily level. We just got wicked out, no problem. I'm going to leave that on the chart just to show it because just stop loss, but the stop loss was perfect, so it's not a problem. Trade just literally done this manipulation to wick me out. Hopefully now we are in the buy side of the curve if the model actually wants to do what it does on other pairs and actually respect the daily internal level. So let's see. Asia, we need London to take some sort of liquidity like that. Probably look for them lows now. Let's put relative equal lows in. I'm not trading that. And that's exactly why I didn't. And that day right there is just seek and destroy, up and down, not for me. Now Now we're at the end of New York, and I'm pretty sure now it's going to disrespect the day again. Or maybe not. Let's see. No, so we still have the daily level respected, just taking previous day's low. Maybe this day's the move. This is what I'm saying about this pair. It lingers in for a few days as well, so the move ain't there. You get really chopped. So it's not really even a great pair, even for that reason as well, to be honest. You want to see pairs in and out, move, go towards your target quickly, as we've seen on some of the other pairs. So price takes one side. There we go. We engulf in London, so we could still have New York to trade all the way up potentially. The daily level still intact on the daily time frame. Obviously, we look like we're below it, but that's based on the daily chart, not the 1 hour. We do have the bullish engulfing candle, and we are in London session. We've just got the last second for entry. There we go. Way over 2R, I'm assuming. Oh, no, actually not way over. Nearly there. One more candle. There we go. We hit 2R. Just journal that one. Let's actually just finish the move off, see what happens. New day. Okay, I want to slow that down because I potentially could get another entry. And actually, I want to put it back to 4 just so that I can check the daily. Right, so we got a trade on Wednesday, the 1st of October, 2025, 4 a.m. Wednesday, what was it? The 1st. 1st of October. So we're nearly coming up to current days as well, 4 a.m. I genuinely ain't sure what this chart looks like in the current day as well. So long, we did win, 2R, 1R hit. Yes, we are taking 50% off. So again, 1R confirmed. Boom, stop to break even. What I'm going to do is actually, just for later on, because I do need to do the maths for all this at some point. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to put that in a notes there. Make that a bit wider because it's annoying. What the fuck? Why has it done that? What the fuck is that? It's weird, man. Yeah, so we can copy and paste that every time. So what did we do? Blah, blah, blah. We're +1. We don't know if it's complete yet or not. And potentially now, obviously, we're at 2R, taking some off the table, going for a free return. We're break even, but we could get new entries on the new day. We see Asia low swept, like that. No entry there. New York. New York engulfs both sides after taking some liquidity. And does it tags into this internal range. So again, let's take another entry here. Stops are just actually just above where our break even is anyways. So that could work out quite nicely if the trade does want to run in the right direction. Time wise, what is it? Boom, 9 o'clock. Let's see how we play out. Good reaction up. Really nice. Let's put this at 2R so we can see for the break even part of it. Boom, break even trade again for now, and 1R confirmed. As long as that weren't a weekend. Yeah, we're still in. Right, so that was a break even one. So I need to journal this. Right, so Thursday, the 2nd of October at 9 a.m. So same market maker model, 2 different entries. 9 a.m. New York, long, win, 2R. Yes. Yes. That one's actually confirmed at 1. We don't know if that's complete. It was an engulfing candle, wasn't it? Yep, that one there. Yeah, so that one was 2R confirmed. No, well, it was an engulfing candle. That was an engulfing candle as well. We don't know if that's in yet. And we can copy and paste. Oh, this is a pain in the arse on this sheet. Probably could have typed it quicker. I can put that in, so that's another 1,000. So there you go, 2 trades there. We've actually got 1,000 confirmed. Let's see if that actually does come back and take us out on the first trade as well. Yep, so we got taken out, both of them at break even. And most likely looks as if we've disrespected the day as well. Right, so we have. Okay, so you see how we've gone through the level now? So that was 2 fouled. Both got 1R. It fouled, it fouled. And let me get a nice screenshot of that. Both of them. I need screenshots of both that time frames. So let's show the daily level. So let's show that. Boom, that's 1. Let's comment so we can put the daily one in to show that it gets disrespected. So for the fouled part. Actually, what I'm going to do is not even comment that, actually. I'm going to put that in there. Okay. Same thing here. And then, again, just copy that. Put that in there because it's the same. Right, yeah, so 2 trades there. Again, starting to look like potentially you could have got some in. We nearly had 5 wins in a row here, barring a couple losses. So the pair is a bit sloppy. Not going to lie, don't like it. I am going to keep it on the list of don't trade. Because it's just sloppy, look. We're starting to get really quite close to current PA. Actually, it does go up. We did disrespect the level, so it doesn't count. Fair value gap here. I don't expect this next handle to print all that way back down, but it does. Okay, so it hasn't made the move anyway, as you can see. I didn't expect that anyway, so it's probably not ideal. It's probably not going to be a great trade setup. It is the candle closest to current price though. So print price forward. Asia, we need liquidity sweep. So Asia, hopefully. We didn't engulf on that candle, so there was no trade. That candle does, so technically speaking, you could trade that. I'm not going to for the sake of the backtesting. I want to just trade the actual entry based on that candle. So this candle would have been the entry. We missed that. Price was obviously rallying. There may be a trade in New York. There is not. Obviously, we respected the daily level quite nicely. This is our external range, so we've still got potential for a move because obviously it's confirmed it. We swept the low. And now we're making like the new buy side of the curve. This is the sell side. It's just a bit grim because of maybe like a news candle or whatever that big downward push is. So now we're just going to look for some sort of liquidity sweep on the 1 hour like that. Again, no good candle entry for me. Wait for New York. Need to sweep liquidity, which it does. Coming all the way back down. Now we're on a daily. We're really quite close to it again at this point. Starting to believe more that we were going to disrespect that daily level at this point. So this trade here would be more cautious if I did enter anything. New York, we're doing golf to the buy side, but without a liquidity sweep, so there is no entry. Now you'd want to see that same candle move. Doesn't seem to happen, and I'm looking like I'm correct with it disrespecting the daily, which it does. So that's very jarring again. And like I said, it does seem to do that very, very often. So we tag in, doesn't make the move to the external, and then rips lower. And we are getting really close to the current day. In fact, this is the current day now. So again, nothing potentially. We got a daily gap opening here. Not even going to look to trade it. So results for this pair. If you're just trading a 1 to 2 and just taking that you'd be up 5% for quite a shit pair. That's a really good set of results because it's something I'm not going to trade. If you took more than a 1 to 2 every time, you're up 5.78. So not too much difference in the results here, actually. 5 and then 5.78. And what I mean, not too much difference, is obviously that's really close. When you go up to like a GU, you've got 12% here. And then if you let the trades run to external range, you've got 32. So nearly like triple, just under 3 times more. So yeah. Again, a lot of them fouled a lot more than what you'd see. I mean, a lot did foul in EU and GU, to be honest, and I didn't have as great data here because this was being made as I was doing it. But yeah, yeah, we just go from there. I mean, it's still positive. I mean, it still gave good results technically, so we can actually note the results down. What did we get? Let's put this in. Let's copy this. Put a bar below. So we got plus 5R. I mean, that's over 7 months, so it's not great, to be honest. And then here we got 5.78. So again, not great. And yeah, just a pair I'm not going to trade. It's the lowest one of the results I've had so far. Apart from EJ, obviously, which was just shit. I didn't even fucking put a results bar on that. I need to do that now. Yeah, because that was so bad that I didn't even have that. So I need to actually, let's insert row below. Copy that, paste. What did we even get? So we had a minus 1%, which is the first minus one. And on this, minus 2%. So yeah, that pair is definitely off the cards. EJ is definitely off. What have I done? I put that in the wrong spot. Oops. Let's copy that. It needs to go up here. Yeah, that's where it needs to go. Why is that like that? What the fuck? Let's clear that. Now paste. That worked, honestly. There we go. So that's -1. This needs to go because it's the wrong data. Delete row. Yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. Total RR, if you let everything run to external range at this point in time, is 36 or up. If you're trading all these pairs at the same time on the same days, which isn't going to be the truth, it's not going to happen. And 2 are probably lower. I don't know, to be honest. Again, you're not going to trade all the pairs at the same time. 28 are, so yeah, not really a massive difference. Just going to add another note. Did end profitable. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is now, because it's been a few days since I've done the backtesting on GU, is I'm actually going to backtest EU because it just makes sense to actually backtest that as well, obviously. And yeah, I'm going to get that done because I would rather actually know the data for both. Yeah, because obviously we can see what pair is better. We've done euro versus pound as well, so obviously it's good to know what we're up against trading wise. Yeah, so we're going to do EU next. Let's see where we come. Obviously, we know we have EU in here, which is cool. Like I said, I'd rather try and do pairs that I know I've traded on previous accounts. Now, USD Chef was actually a pair that I'd done quite well on, and most of it was on this here. In real lifetime, I actually made quite a decent amount of money off them. I think this trade and potentially the October 1st as well, maybe even the 2nd, in real time. So ended up passing an FTMO phase 1 with that as well. So that's why I tested it. But yeah, we're going to go to the next video and do EU next.